Welcome back to my channel and Happy New Year! So, it's a new year, which means it's time for my infamous tier ranking, a 2025 tier ranking. Unfortunately, I didn't reach my goal this year, which is like really depressing for me. Considering last year I was almost 10 books over my goal, and for this year to me 10 away from my goal is just so depressing to me. So my goal was 50 books and I reached 40 books this year. I know, I'm sorry. I know that it's still a lot. Like everyone's still telling me that's a lot. But it's just last year I read 48. So for me this is like a big step down. But I know the reasons why. Like I had a lot more on my plate this year. I wrote a book this year. Like I fully wrote my romance book Theory of Attraction this year and edited it as well. So I read that book like 4 times. So that should count. And then I started writing a dystopian book. So I feel like those should count. I feel like it sucks that you can't count your own books in this because my reading counts would always be so much higher every single year. So considering that obviously took away reading time. And also I had a huge summer job this year working at an infirmary, so that took all my time. I did not read a lot this summer. And usually the summertime is when I'm knocking out books the fastest since school usually takes up a lot of my time during the year. So I do have reasons for it. I just don't want to acknowledge my own reasons because I know I could have done better. But it's okay. So before we get into my tier ranking, let's go over some of my reading stats for this year. So on average, I rated my books a 3.9 stars. So that's still pretty high. Like that's almost an average of 4-star reads this year. I had good taste in books this year. Like I'm really proud of myself for sticking to these really good books. Like I only had 1 DNF this year, which is great considering last year I think I had 3. So to have only 1 this year is really amazing and I'm really happy about it. Okay, so my top genre this year was romance. I'm not surprised. I read so many romance books this year. I just needed like light fluffy material from like constant stress. And also like I read a lot of romance to kind of help me write my own romance. My most read author was Elle Kennedy and Jennifer Lynn Barnes. They both came at a tie of 4 books with each, which makes sense because I wanted to finish series this year, and I definitely did that, or at least advanced a lot of them that I'm like almost done. I fully finished the off-campus series. That's done. So I have like the Briar University series to read, and I don't remember what the other one is called, but the one with the kids. That one I need to do because I know that the one about Logan and Grace's kid and Hannah and Garrett's kid is coming out, and I need to read that. So I need to read the other one so I can read that one. And then Jennifer Lynn Barnes, I already finished the Inheritance Game series. So I continued it. So I read The Brothers Hawthorne and I started The Grandest Game. So I'm kind of finishing the books around that universe, but I didn't finish them. Like I'm not done those. I didn't finish Grandest Games. And anyways, the 3rd one's not even out yet, right? It's only the 2nd one that's out. And then the other ones are like little novellas, which I don't think I'm going to end up reading. As much as it is a good series, I'm not obsessed with it enough to go back and read all the little novellas. But then I also advanced in the naturals. I have 1 book left and then I'm done. I just have to read Bad Blood and then it's done and I'm finished that series. So that makes me really sad, but I am also really excited to finish it. So I definitely progressed in my series, which is a big goal that I wanted to accomplish. The shortest book I read this year was 238 pages, which is Bloody Fool for Love, which I'll talk about later. But if you know Buffy the Vampire Slayer, you should read that book. And then my longest book, which is like such an accomplishment for me, I'm so proud that I finished it, is Alchemized. That one was 1,030 pages long. I kid you not, like that book, you reach 500, which is usually the end of 1 book. No, that's half. That's half of the book. Then you got another 500 to go. So that one was crazy. And it did not feel like that was that long at all, which is insane. But that one was really great. So my average length in books in 2025 was 432. So I definitely read longer books this year compared to last year. Yeah, okay. And then I also got really good at writing reviews this year. I gotta say, I'm so proud of myself to have written like actual reviews of my books, which is such an accomplishment for me because I used to hate doing that. I was firmly against writing down my thoughts because I was like, I have to explain them. I can't write them down. And I finally figured out a way to like write them down in cute little messages that like people could get along with and people be like, oh my god, I like that. And then people keep hearting my stuff on Fable. So like you guys should follow my Fable account if you're not following it to get my cute little reviews. I mean, it's also on my Goodreads. It's just Fable's more aesthetic. And then I can go check out you guys' stats and I can see how well we are, like how well paired we are. I feel like that's my favorite feature on Fable. Okay, I'm gonna stop talking about Fable because that's not the context. You guys are here for one reason, and that reason is my tier ranking. And like Gail, we're a few minutes in now. So let's get this started. Okay, so let's get into these tiers. So I definitely changed up my tiers to last year because, you know, we're a new person every year, so I need new tiers every year. So our bottom tier is respectfully, I'm free. I'm so free to this book is done. It's a DNF. Next we have I See the Vision from Afar. So like you had a good idea, just the execution wasn't it for me. Next we have We Were Never on the Same Page. So like I see what you were doing, but it was never going to be for me. It was never going to be for me. So like I understand why people would like it, but it's just not going to be for me. Then we have It Was Solid. Like it did what it needed to do, and I'm done. It's not going to reminisce in my head. Next we had a Good Time. We Won't Obsess. So like I liked this. I had fun when it was the time that I was reading it. I liked talking about it. Now it's done. We're not going to talk about it anymore. Then we have Enjoyed Immensely, Little to No Notes. So these books are like books that are like almost so perfect. But you know, they have just the tiny little things that I would change and then they would be amazing. Next we have I Fear This Was Written for Me. Like the author wrote this and was like, Gail's gonna love this. Like that's this kind of book. It is a 5-star read. And then we have Altered My Brain Chemistry. These books, they would be 6 stars. If I could give them 6 stars, they would get 6 stars. They are in my head. They're in my head. I love them. They are perfect. So no criticism about these books, please. So let's get this started. So I put them in order of the ones I read them, so it's just easier for me review-wise, because honestly I forgot what I gave some of these books, so this way at least I can scroll at the same time and check out my reviews. Okay, so the first book I read this year was Divine Rivals. I gave this a 4 stars, so I enjoyed this immensely. Actually, I'm gonna give it Had a Good Time, Won't Obsess. While I was reading it, I wanted to talk about this book. I liked this book a lot. I love the aesthetic of Divine Rivals. I just think that it's hyped up so much on Book Talk and BookTube, when in reality, I just don't think it's worth that hype. Like, it's great, and I enjoyed it, and I will definitely recommend it, but I just don't think it is the 5-star phenomenal read that people are building it up to be. I definitely want to read the second one, but I'm in no rush to do it. So yeah, that's how I feel about Divine Rivals. So next we have the second book I read, my most anticipated book of 2025, with another one, of course, and that was Onyx Storm, baby. I mean, are we asking where this is going? I'm sorry, do you not know me? It's of course going into Altered Brain Chemistry. Onyx Storm, Rebecca Yarros, you did it again, girl. Like, okay, definitely goes like Forfeiting is number 1, but then Onyx Storm is number 2, and Iron Flame is number 3. Riddick in this book. Oh, if you kill him, I'm coming for you. I'm gonna kill you. You cannot kill 2 of my guys, okay? It just doesn't work that way. I just have so many questions. I can't wait for the next book. She finally officially started writing it now, so yeah. So that's how I feel about that book. I think it's pretty obvious that I love it. Yeah. Okay, next I read Throne of the Fallen. So I feel I gave this one a 3.5. I think it was solid. Like, there was sex mentioned almost every single chapter. Like, they didn't do it every chapter. They just talked about it consistently. I felt like it was, like, for a guy, like, that fully works. Like, I'm sure that's what it's like in most men's mind. But for her to also think that way, I was like, okay, I see the match, but, like, can we move on to something else, please? Yeah. I feel like it was just, like, such a thick book that could have been so shortened, like, so much if you took away all those thoughts that are, like, literally unnecessary. But I did love having, like, a Sedley Deadly Sins vibe. That was definitely really fun. But it was still strangely addictive. Like, I got through it pretty fast for the thickness of it. Then I read Nothing Like the Movies. This is gonna be also it was solid. I gave this one, like, 3.5 as well, I think. I think it was a good book. I love our little relationship. We love Wes Bennett. He is the man that we dream to have in our lives. And we love him yearning the heck for Liz in this one. Like, yearning. Like, the definition of yearning is in this book. He acted like a Conrad Fisher here. But, like, there was missing stuff. It was predictable. It was missing some stuff. Yeah. I feel like that's the best way to say it without spoilers. Okay. Next, I read The Crash by Frida McFadden. This one I also gave a 3.5. You know what? This one I'm actually gonna put. I'm gonna put it. It was solid. Yeah, it was solid. I feel like it could have gone higher, but it was just like, I think it was I only liked it the way I liked it because of the circumstances I was in. While I was reading this book, we had a snowstorm going on, and I lost power at my house during that moment in time. So I was reading this book full on in the dark while there's a snowstorm going out outside, reading about her getting stuck in a snowstorm. And I was just like, no, this is way too close to my situation. I'm not loving this. Like, I'm creeped out. And I feel like I wouldn't have been creeped out if that had not been the situation. And I just think the problem with this one is just, it's like full on miscommunication the whole entire way through. And it's just so predictable. Like, it didn't feel twisty. It didn't feel like, oh my God. I was just like, she's fucking stupid. Like, they're both stupid. Just talk to each other. Like, why is no one talking? Like, that's what it felt like the entire book. She's written better. In my personal opinion. Okay. Next, we have Shadow Queen. So, if you have been with my channel, you know that the first book in this series, in this trilogy, is North Queen. And I got so obsessed with North Queen, went on a full-on rant about it. And Shadow Queen was good, but it wasn't as good as North Queen, unfortunately. I had a good time, but I'm not gonna obsess over it. Like, it was great. Definitely some cool things. We definitely got some more romance from other couples in this one. But we didn't get to, like, when I get to the third one, I have some other opinions. But yeah, what I love about this one was Soren. Like, Soren, what a character. I hated him in the first book. Love him. Redemption arc. Kind of like Murphy in 100. If you've watched 100, you start off by full-on hating his guts, and then you full-on love him so much you don't want him to die. That's kind of what I felt about Soren in this. Yeah. So, there's not much I can say when it's, like, books in a series, because I don't want to give away stuff, because you have to read the first one. Okay, next is, as much as I thought Onyx Storm was going to be my number one book of the year, and I really thought it was. And then Suzanne Collins had to go and do it again, and Sunrise on the Reaping fucking altered my brain chemistry. The amount of times that I talk about this book, I feel like I talk about this book every single week, but it also helps when you have a friend who's obsessed with Hunger Games with you. Shout out Romy. Like, the amount of TikToks that we send each other about this all the time. Because of this book, I wanted to write my own dystopian book. Also, because one of my friends reread Divergent during the summer, and I was like, oh my God, I need to write my own dystopian book already. Yeah. This was great. Hey, Mitch, I love you, man. I'm so sorry you went through all that shit. I can't wait for the movie to come out. It's 2026 now, which means the movie's gonna come out. It's just, yeah. Okay. Yeah. Okay. Next we have When the Moon Hatched. So this one is like a 4.5 stars. I'm going to give this an enjoyed immensely, little to no notes. This book was great. Like the plot twists, I could have fainted with these plot twists. And like the murder scenes too. Like the violence is intense. Like it is really descriptive. It's really descriptive. But like not in a bad way. Like I was into it. I want to be best friends with this main character. She is so freaking awesome. Like she has the confidence I wish I had. Like she just says exactly what I'm thinking. And I'm like, oh. So it's an excellently well-written main character. Yeah, so it was just a fun world. It's just, I found it kind of confusing. There was just so much world building. So I think that's why I'm not putting it as high. Because it's just, I was confused for a good majority of this book. But then I wasn't, and it was fine. Yeah. Okay, next we have The Brothers Hawthorne. This book gets a lot of hate, and I understand why. I'm gonna give this book the we were never on the same page, because I understand it. I don't hate it. I gave it 3 stars. It's just, it felt so one-dimensional. Like, especially Jameson's story. Like, I feel like they both had the thing that the other one was lacking. Like, Grayson had great characters, horrible storyline. Jameson had a great storyline, horrible characters. Like, I wish they had balanced each other out, you know? Because it ended up just making them both feel one-dimensional because of that. So, yeah. Okay, next we have The Grandest Games. This one is going to go into it was solid. I really liked The Grandest Games. I think it's a really cool concept. I love a good escape room. They should make this into an actual escape room. I'm sure a lot of people would go do it. I like the new characters. I don't know, it felt like such a rushed book for no reason. So, especially the ending. It felt very rushed as an ending. Okay, next we have Magnolia Parks. I finally read Magnolia Parks. I did audiobook it, and I will forever audiobook the rest of them because I realized how much I love reading when someone's reading to me in a British accent. It made things so much more attractive. I love this made me actually like a good toxic romance. I usually hate toxic romances. Love this one. I feel like there was a reasoning for everything, and I really love the characters. I love the complexity of it and all the interactions. It was like, I loved it. Like, it was great. I fear this was written for me. Like, I fear that this author was like, Gail, I'm going to make you like romances. I feel like if I had not read this one, I would not have liked romances this much. And also, can we have justice for Tom England? Like, I'll be your girl. You deserve better, man. Okay. Then I read The Last Romantics, which I have never heard of before. I bought it randomly on Book Outlet. I'm really happy I did. It was a really pretty story. And I will give it I'm gonna give it was solid. It was a good book, and I'm happy I read it at the time. It was a good literary fiction with the family and all the drama. I just think that I like their better like childhood stories than as it continued, because the chapters where everything was happening in the future, it felt very disjointed, and everything felt like there was tons of loose ends. I think that the childhood stories and the stories of when she was younger were much better thought out than the stories of the narrator in the future. So yeah. Okay, next we have Finley Donovan is Killing It. So this is my mom's favorite book and series of all time. She did not shut up about it when she first read it, and like continued to read all the books in the series in that same month, which I've never seen happen with my mom before. So definitely was excited to read this. I liked it. I think I had a good time, but I'm not going to obsess over it like my mom did. I think it was fun. I love the idea of a hit woman, and I love that she romanticized being a hit woman. Like, I wanted to become a hit woman because of this book. But I think that there was just like, like, I don't know, like the pacing felt weird at one point. It's just something that made me go like, oh my god, you know? Like there was missing that, oh my god, that I need to keep reading. Like I feel like they totally could have ended with this one book and it would have been fine. I'm not like extraordinarily motivated to move on and read the next books. But I will, because I have them all, because my mom bought them all, so. Okay, next we have Dying to Meet You. So this was a cute little cozy romance. This one I'm gonna put at Had a Good Time, Won't Obsess. I definitely like, did I say romance? It's not a romance, it's a mystery. Oh my god. Sorry. I really liked the characters. I feel like it's filled with like these really likable characters, and it's filled with like this really tragic backstory, and you're interested, and there's this duality point of view with like past and future. The past one was so interesting. I wanted more. I feel like that's the problem. All of this, I wanted more. And also the cover so does not match the story at all. There's there's a pier at one point. It's not a cute little sunset pier thing. This book is dark. It's don't be fooled by its cover, okay? Just don't. Like I did. I thought this was gonna be so like cute. Like, oh no. Okay. Next we have My Friends by Frederick Backman. This is gonna go, don't worry, it's not going there. It is gonna go into Altered My Brain Chemistry. This was close to being one of those books I was like, maybe this is my #1 book of the year. This was amazing. Insanely well. I need to read more of his books. I've never read a book that was written this way. It's one of the most gorgeous books I've read. It really reminisced Little Life for me a bit. It gave me the same kind of vibe. Like this just, it is a work of art as a book. Like if you love a literary fiction, you should read this. It is so beautifully done. It literally needs to be in a museum. It's gorgeous. I literally don't have the words to describe the book. Okay, so next we have Say You'll Remember Me by Abby Jimenez. I love Abby Jimenez. Such a great author. She writes amazing romances. So this one I'm going to give... and she wants to know. I'm gonna give Had a Good Time, Won't Obsess. I gave it 4 stars. I really like this book. It's just, I feel like there was definitely like there was missing a wow factor. I feel like that's what this book was missing. But if not, it was so well done. Like especially while focusing on dementia, which is a very hard topic to talk about. Being someone who's lived with someone who's had Alzheimer's and having to go through that and literally seeing the person forget who you are over time is really rough. And this was really well shown throughout this whole book. The struggles of it, but the beauty in it too, and trying to find these beautiful last moments with that person, and people are like, just let go, but it's so hard to do that. So I feel like that whole concept was very beautifully shown in this. And we love a good little vet romance because vets are super cute, aka Ted from Schitt's Creek. Okay, next we have The Getaway Girls, which was my DNF of the year. So respectfully, I am free of this book. So this book, honestly, I gave up so early on. I gave up like a few chapters in. It's just I didn't understand what this book was when I bought it on my Kindle. I thought that this was about not old ladies going on a road trip. That's not what I wanted. So I just kind of realized that and I was like, oh, yeah. And then that's kind of why I didn't read it. So it's probably a good book and I'm probably going to read it at some point. My bad. Okay. Next was The Wedding People. So The Wedding People is going to go in Had a Good Time. You know what? Actually, no. I'm going to put The Wedding People in Enjoyed Immensely, Little to No Notes. I really love The Wedding People. I think it's such a gorgeous concept. It really is dealing with a very heavy topic. Like, we're talking about suicide a lot in this. But I think it's so well done, and it's not touched in a way that's too dark, but it's not also avoided in a way that's like, it's not that big of a deal, because it is a big deal. I think it was just really well done. I really loved it. I like really would recommend this to a lot of people. I think that a lot of people that are struggling in life, I think reading this would actually really help a lot, because this main character there's a lot to learn from her. There's a lot to learn from what she has to go through, what she even references. She references Jane Eyre a lot, and now I think of Jane Eyre in a very different way than I used to. So, yeah. So, next we have, Suzanne's Diary for Nicholas by James Patterson. I know, James Patterson, isn't he a mystery guy? Apparently he writes romances. And this was, I had a good time, but I'm not gonna obsess over it. Yeah, it was a great book. My sister gave it to me. She was like, Gail, this book's gonna make you cry. Spoiler alert, it made me cry. If you want a romance that makes you cry, it's super short. It really gives like a book that you would read by the beach. Next we have Carrie Soto is Back. I reread this. Do we have to ask? If you know me, you know where this is going, which is Altered My Brain Chemistry. I love Taylor Jenkins Reid so much. She is my favorite author of all time. So I don't know why I got the inkling to reread Carrie Soto is Back. I just did. I think I was watching tennis and I was like, I should reread Carrie Soto. And there we go. I love this book. It was just as amazing the second time around as it was the first time. I think I literally read it 2 years ago to the date that I read it again, which is so funny. I feel like it's my July book now. Okay, next I read Paper Princess. Well, audiobooked it, but it was enjoyable. Like, it was solid. I liked it. Gonna continue going because I definitely love the podcast audiobook of it, which is The Royals of Malibu, because it's the same thing. It's so well done. It's so good. So I'm gonna keep that going for that because it's good for when I just kind of want to do chores around the house. So it was good. It's not talked about a lot, surprisingly. Yeah. Then we have Bloody Fool for Love. So this is a Spike prequel. So Spike is a character from Buffy the Vampire Slayer. If you've never watched that show, please go watch it. It is on Disney Plus, and it is one of my favorite shows of all time. It is from the 90s. It is so well done. Sarah Michelle Gellar is insanely amazing in it, and you are all going to fall in love with Spike. And then you can read this book. Well, you don't need to, because I'm going to put it on We Were Never on the Same Page. So my sister actually gave this to me as a staff appreciation gift. And, I'm happy I didn't pay for it, because I wouldn't pay for it. It very much felt like fan fiction. But it was, good fan fiction. It felt like top-tier fan fiction. I just would never pay for this. But it was still super duper entertaining. And I, gave explanations for, reasons for things. I was like, wait, that's actually a really good theory. And that's, a really fun explanation. So, for example, Miss Edith, if you guys have watched the show and you know who Miss Edith is, this gives an explanation for where Miss Edith comes from. Yeah. Okay. Next is another book that I absolutely loved this year, which is Silver Elite. Silver Elite is gonna go higher than this. It's gonna go to I fear this was written for me. It's before Magnolia Parks. Why can't you go there? Okay. It's before Magnolia Parks in my level of love for sure. It's wow. So amazing. I am so excited to continue this series. This is such a fun new dystopian. I've never read an adult dystopian before. Dystopians are usually YA, and this was so fun to read an adult one. I just love it. I love that her name was Ren, because I've literally been obsessed with the name Ren this entire year that I named one of my characters in my book Ren. And this was just incredible. Dystopian books are back, baby. They're back with this one, and you should definitely read this. It's such a fun world, such a fun concept. Insanely amazing. So amazing. It's, yeah, amazingly done. Okay. Next is probably a really controversial one, but so last year I read Happy Place and I DNF'd it. This year I finished it. I actually fully read it, and I'm gonna say this one, I see the vision, but from afar. I definitely see what the author was trying to do. I just think I don't get the characters. I don't get the relationships. I think that, it's beautifully written. Emily Henry has a beautiful writing style, but I just think that the relationships between the characters Yes, some of them are beautiful, but I think that it just got really annoying at one point for me. There just felt like miscommunication on drugs, and it's just I am happy I read it again instead of DNFing it because I was so close to finishing last time when I DNF'd it. But still, it's not for me. I'm gonna try another Emily Henry at some point, but so far, it's not for me. Okay, next I read Daughters of the Deer. So this is a beautiful story. I'm going to give this Had a Good Time, Won't Obsess Over It. So this is a beautiful story about indigenous people during the settlement. So it's like based on some true stories, but it's not like an actual true story. It's just like based on women who've literally had to deal with this. And it's such an important story to read about. So I really loved reading about it. I just think that at one point, like the descriptions because there was a lot of like spiritual descriptions, which is nice. But at one point, it kind of got intense, and I was kind of bored of it, and it was the same symbolism and over again. And the prayers a lot at one point. Like I totally get why it's there, and it totally fits with the time. It's just it's a me thing. It's not my personal preference to read those things over and over again. Okay, next I read Never Lie by Frida McFadden. This one was really good. I really liked Never Lie. Didn't like it as much as The Housemaid or The Boyfriend, but I still really liked it. So I'm going to put it at Had a Good Time, Won't Obsess. I love that we have a morally ambiguous narrator. I was so sure I had everything figured out. Like I was 50 pages in and I was like, I know it. I know the plot twist. This is going to be boring, this entire book, because I'm going to know what's going to happen. And then I was like, what? That's not what I was expecting. So this one definitely has a fun plot twist that I was not expecting. Usually I can guess them. This one I did not guess, which was nice. Okay. Next we have Killer Instinct, which is the second book in the Natural series by Jennifer Lynn Barnes. I love this world. I love the Natural series. This one was so fun. I'm going to give it enjoyed immensely little to no notes. I think it was so fun. It was so well written. Like I was absolutely obsessed with this book. I love that it's a young Criminal Minds, and like I was watching Criminal Minds at the same time while reading this. I love the villain in this story. I'm not gonna say who it is because I don't want to give stuff away, but the villain in this is absolutely insanely amazing. We get to love going into their mind, love like sitting down and just talking with this. Like I would love to just sit down with this person if he was real and just talk with him. Gives very much Mason vibes, which I loved. Yeah. Mason, by the way, is Charles Mason. Just to make sure everyone understands what I'm talking about. Because I'm not talking about mason jars. Okay. Next, we have Atmosphere by Taylor Jenkins Reid. So this one I'm going to also do enjoyed immensely little to no notes. I absolutely love Taylor Jenkins Reid, obviously. And I was so excited for this book. Like Taylor Jenkins Reid and astrophysics and astronomy. Gimme. But the problem for me is that I loved that we were going about women in this domain that is very male dominated. Like this was my dream career up until like 2 years ago when I realized that like I'm not good enough in physics. Like I could be, but I don't want to be. Like I don't want to put that work in. I'm much better in biology than I am in physics. And every time I talked to somebody from Boston University about this, and he was like, yeah, you would probably get accepted because you're a woman. There's no women applying because there's no women in the field. It's so hard to get a job as a woman in this field. So like that is reflected in this book, but not enough. Like I wanted more. Show me them busting their asses in this field, because I feel like it ends right when they would start like going full on being like, we are women in this field, that we're gonna own this field. Like that's what I wish there had been. It's like the love story is great, but I feel like it focused a bit too much on the love story for me. But I do love the astronomy rants because I make them all the time too. So, okay. Next, I read The 7-Year Slip by Ashley Poston. Poston? Don't know how to say it. This was such a gorgeous book. This is gonna go in... I don't I'm gonna put this at, I fear this was written for me. It's like, because it's higher than everything else that's enjoyed immensely. But it's at the end of I fear this was written for me. This book was amazing. Like, people have talked about this book so much, and I was like, it can't live up to this hype, and man, oh man, does it. I feel like it's very much told that it's a fall romance, and I don't think that's true. I don't think this is a fall romance. Yes, it does give you're in your blanket in front of a fire watching Gilmore Girls vibes, but it's not happening during the fall time. It's technically happening in the summertime. So I feel like that's something clear that I kind of want to clear the air for. This does not occur in the fall, okay? You don't need to read this during the fall. I thought I had to read this during the fall. I honestly don't. Like, it's just such a beautiful and realistic relationship, and I absolutely love how they handle grief in this book too. I think it's so beautifully shown, and it's not just the grief for someone that you lost, it's the grief for a past love, a grief for somebody that you once were, like grieving yourself. And I think that that's so beautiful, and it's not shown enough. So really loved what was shown in this. Okay, next, I did it. I read Haunting Adeline, guys, and I'm traumatized forever now. So we're gonna put this at we were never on the same page. I mean, like, this was definitely interesting. Wow. I didn't expect this. Well, I mean, I did, but like, you guys love this stuff. Like, I'm trying not to judge. I'm really trying not to judge. Like, I totally get it because I read it and I didn't hate it. Like, I was weirdly addicted to it. Those first smexy scenes for me, no, that was rape, guys. That wasn't consensual. That wasn't hot. That was rape. Let's just get that clear and on the table. That is the definition of rape. She's crying because she does not want to do it. That is rape. Does not matter if she moans throughout it. That is rape. Let's just get that clear. Yeah. So that almost ruined the book for me. But then I kind of pushed through it, and I was like, oh, okay, I can kind of get behind this. But like, still, I kind of kept reading to see how more fucked up it would get. I kind of want to read the second one just to see if it gets worse. But yeah. I'm not a dark romance person, and this kind of solidified it for me. Yeah, it's just not my cup of tea. Okay. So, next is The Mistake. So we're officially in the section where I started finishing the off-campus series. The Mistake, this is a controversial opinion because most people do not like The Mistake. They rate it pretty low in their off-campus ratings. For me, this is my favorite of the entire off-campus series. It is an absolute, I fear this was written for me. Like, this, I'll put it above 7 years. Like, there. It's above Magnolia Parks for me. Like, I love this book. I think it was so well written. It was so amazingly done. It's just, I love the simplicity of it. Like, it shows the simplicity of how beautiful a relationship can be. And I really hate when people are talking about this book and they say that all it is sex. That's not true. There is not that many scenes in this one. Allie and Dean's is far more graphic than this one is. I think this one is just short, sweet, it's to the point, and it tells you that, like, if the love is beautiful enough, that's all you need in the story. And also, I am Grace, so like, this hit me in the heart because I am her. I can't flirt with guys. I can't talk to guys. I ramble. That's why I have a YouTube channel, guys. Why do you think I have a YouTube channel? Because I ramble and I'm great at it. But, you know, guys, they're not interested in that. Unfortunately. If you find a guy that likes to ramble, I'm a latch on, you know. Okay, then I read The Score. This one was still really enjoyable. I really liked The Score. I just did not like it as much as I liked The Mistake. I'm gonna give it, I'm gonna give it enjoyed immensely, little to no notes. I think it was really great. I think that the only thing that I wish there was, at one point it became very repetitive, their story, like, was a lot of like, okay, let's do this, let's do that, let's do that, let's do this, let's do that, let's do that, let's do this, like, it felt repetitive at one point. I definitely love some of these scenes that it randomly pops into my head some days, and I'm like, oh yeah, that was funny. But, like, it's not as amazing as The Mistake is. But I understand why Dean and Allie are people's favorite couple. Yeah. Okay, Next, I read Deep End, and I wish I hadn't. I'm so sorry. I hate that this is my introduction to Allie Hazelwood. Just was not for me. No. Like the thing that sucks is I so see the vision. I so see the vision. Like as a writer, I was reading this, I was like, why did you do this? You should have done this. You could have done this, you could have done this, you could have done this. Like I saw all the possibilities that the book could have been instead of what it was, and it just sucked. Like I wish it had been written differently because it had so much potential, but it was just so off the mark. Like everything was awkward. Everything, the writing style was just the weirdest thing ever. Like I've never read a book written that way, and I hated it. I hated the perspective. Like it felt like they were trying to fit everything into 1 year. So the pacing was so weird. It just was not for me. I understand why a lot of people did not like this. I persevered through this and like speed read it, because if not, I totally would have DNF'd this. The only reason I didn't is because like I just was interested to see how it ended, honestly. Yeah. Okay, so next we move on to the final book in the off-campus series, which is The Goal with our man Tucker. This is actually a really well done pregnancy trope. Usually pregnancy tropes are very cliched done. I kind of liked how this one was done. I had a good time, but I'm not gonna obsess over it. It's not as good as the score is. I really liked it, but like, and I am glad we had a lot more hockey dynamic, because I feel like we were missing a bit of the hockey dynamic. But yeah, I feel like there was definitely parts of this book that got boring. Like there were some good parts, but it's like, especially the miscommunication at the end, considering they were basically living together and they were still having miscommunication, was so annoying. I don't like miscommunication that much. Miscommunication bothers me a lot. So, yeah. Okay, next is War Queen, which is the final book in the North Queen trilogy. Honestly, it was solid. It's so close to being We Were Never on the Same Page. I did not love this one as much as I loved the other two. Like this honestly really disappointed me. I was put through a lot of pain in this book, I gotta say. And early on, I was put through pain early on. My favorite character, something happened, okay? Early on. And I had to deal with that, but continue reading this book. It's just, yeah, that made it hard. That made it hard. So like, I'm bitter. I'm bitter. Yeah. But we also got some gay romance in this one. We love that. I just want to say who it was, because spoilers. Okay, next is All In, which is the third book in the Natural series. And this one was great, but I did not love it as much as I loved Killer Instinct. I had a good time, but I ain't going to obsess over it. I loved it. Once again, I still love this world. I still love the characters. I love that we got a lot more about Sloane. I loved learning more about her. It was super interesting, especially considering that I felt she was very much pushed to the side. So it was nice to bring her into the spotlight for once. But the problem for me with this book is I've seen this story before. There's literally a Criminal Minds episode that follows something very similar to this. And it just felt like something like the major plot point of this, like, I've seen this before. So, yeah. But I gotta say, I do love a good cult, but I've seen it before, so unfortunately, it wasn't as interesting. Okay, next we have The Legacy, which is technically the fifth book in the off-campus series, but it's more like a novella. It's kind of like just a sum up of everyone's stories, and, like, no. I'm so disappointed. So disappointed. Like, I think that Grace and Logan got the best story out of everybody. Like, that one was fun, and I loved it, and it fit them really well. But everybody else got such horrible stories. Like, Sabrina and Tux wasn't bad, but Dean and Allie deserved better. And Garrett and Hannah, considering they are your OG couple, getting a trash of a story like that? No. And it just felt like there wasn't any personality. Like, they all felt like it was the same person talking. Like, no. I would not have, yeah. Next was Alchemized. oh, how this book was good. You just know if the author wrote a Germani fan fiction and was like, let me make this into an actual book, you just know it's gonna be great. And like, considering how much I am a Potterhead, I fear this was written for me. Like, yeah, this was amazing. It was so well done. What a debut. Like, I can't believe this is literally her debut book. Like, what a debut. And it's like, can't believe this would have been this was based on a fan fiction. Like, it's so well done. I never read Manacled, but wow. Like, literally, I think the thing that I never expected that this book made me do was cry during a sex scene. I've never cried during a sex scene. This made me do it. Yeah, so Alchemist is insane. If you guys are up to the task, read it. But I know it's not an easy task to do. Okay. Next I read Twisted Love, which is the first book in like, I don't know what the name of the series is called, but whatever. And you guys know what this book is. It's all over Book Talk. And I don't know why. This is a 2 stars for me. I did not love this at all. I think it started off really great, and then I hit the 60 mark, and this book went to shit. It just, like, literally flushed it down the toilet. Everything felt like it was happening at a 2x speed. Like, I couldn't keep, like, why was everything happening so fast? And, like, it was info dump after info dump, and all these big plot moments were, like, so random and unnecessary. Like, I don't understand. Like, I would have really rewritten them, had more character building moments. I would have like completely done a rewrite after 60%. The first 60% is great. I don't know what happened after that, but the last 40% fell off the face of the earth, and I would totally give it a major rewrite. So yeah. Okay, so the before last book that I read this year was All the Light We Cannot See. This book was really pretty. Like, this is a book that I wish we would have read in high school. Yeah, so little to no notes. Like, I wish this was something we would read in high school. This is the kind of book I think kids should be reading. Like, it's beautiful. There's a beautiful symbolism. I really wanted to write an essay after I'd finished reading this. Like, it was the book that I was like, this I could write an essay about. And then finally, the final book that I read this year is Ninth House. This was the perfect dark academia for me, but there was definitely some letdowns. I definitely would have changed some things up. I'm also going to put enjoyed immensely, little to no notes. Like, it's just, I feel like I expect, like, I wish there'd been more action into it. I wish there'd been a bit more adventure into it. It kind of felt like the Stranger Things finale, where it's like you expect this huge thing, and then it's just like 15 minutes long, and then the rest is just, like, it's great, blah, blah, but it's, blah, blah, you know? If you get me, you get me. Yeah, if you like House of Anubis, which I hope you do. I hope you know what House of Anubis is. If it isn't, go educate yourself, please, right now. And you would love this. So yeah. So that is the complete tier ranking of my books this year. I'm really happy with the books that I read. I did not get as much diversity as I wanted to. Like, when I'm looking here, like, I feel like a lot of them are in the same vibe. I definitely wanted to read a sci-fi this year, which I didn't. So I'm going to read a sci-fi, especially since Project Hail Mary is coming out this year. I have to read it before the movie comes out. So I will be reading at least that sci-fi this year. That's for sure. Okay, so a new video is going to be coming out super soon. I just got to finish reading all my books to post that video. So keep an eye out. I promise I'm going to try to post more this year. I really am going to try. I love you guys. And I'll see you guys soon.